At the Grand Mosque of Paris, midday prayers drew a small and somewhat nervous congregation on Monday. Worshippers knew public attention was focused on France's large Muslim community, and not in a good way.
C'est un peu dur à supporter.
It is a little difficult to bear because we feel solidarity with the French and all the communities that live here in France. There are a lot of Muslims here. It is the second largest religion in France. We lived in peace and suddenly something happened. Muslims feel a bit afraid.
France is largely a Catholic country. The landmark Notre Dame Cathedral is guarded by a statue of Charlemagne, the 9th century emperor who forced people he conquered to convert to Catholicism. But the French Revolution nearly 1,000 years later cemented a different set of values: liberty, equality, and brotherhood, which were on display during Sunday's Unity March. France's relatively new Muslim community has become one of the biggest challenges to that concept, and the government has a lot of work to do to address the problems of poor, disaffected young men like last week's attackers, according to Professor Susan Perry of the American University in Paris, who spoke via Skype.
They lived on the margins of society, and there were no mechanisms in place to bring them in before it was too late. And so it's a government problem, but it's also a local community problem.
Parisians agree both the government and the Muslim community have to address the problem of Islamist militancy, particularly in neighborhoods with large, poor Muslim populations.
The problem in France is the suburbs. They're like powder kegs. We really have to fix this problem.
The Muslim community has work to do in order to be better regarded by people in France and throughout the world. They cannot stay like they are. They have to rectify some things.
But at the mosque, people put most of the responsibility on the government.
Actually, I don't think that it's only a Islamic problem, but maybe it's more deeper. The problem is more deep, and maybe it's a social problem.
I think it is not only the problem of Muslims, it is everyone's problem. In my opinion, it is a problem of politics, of economics, of global politics, in fact.
Osman was among the few who said French Muslims could also do more.
I think they could, in fact, work on education, really on the basics of what Islam is, that Islam truly teaches tolerance above everything.
The attacks make that message a hard sell, but the violence also forged a cross-cultural alliance for tolerance that many hope will be stronger than the fear and mistrust that were the first reactions. Pessin, VOA News, Paris.